Many believe happiness is exclusively extroverted. They think joy comes from constant socializing and external energy. But that's not true. Some of the most content people are introverts. So what sets happy introverts apart? It often comes down to skillfully navigating challenges and avoiding pitfalls. One common mistake is trying to be someone they're not. In a world that celebrates loud voices, introverts can feel pressure to conform. This might come from an inner critic questioning their quiet nature, or from friends encouraging them to come out of their shell. There's also a misconception that success is tied to extroverted behavior. As a result, introverts might adopt behaviors that don't feel genuine. They push themselves into uncomfortable situations just to fit in. But this inauthenticity comes at a high cost. It leads to exhaustion, increased anxiety, and missed opportunities. The happiest introverts learn to work with their nature, not against it. They start with self-awareness. They carve out time for reflection to understand what energizes them. They offer themselves compassion for times they've tried to conform in the past. These content introverts embrace strategic socializing. They find ways to connect that honor their needs. This might mean smaller gatherings or one-on-one conversations. They focus on activities centered around shared passions. Introverts thrive by recognizing their unique strengths. Their ability to listen deeply, analyze thoughtfully, and focus intensely holds true value. By embracing these qualities, they find greater contentment in life. Solitude isn't just enjoyable for introverts, it's essential. Their brains are wired differently, processing information deeply and easily, becoming overstimulated. Alone time allows their minds and bodies to reset. Unfortunately, the importance of introverted downtime is often misunderstood. When introverts retreat, they may be seen as antisocial or unfriendly. This can lead to feelings of guilt or a need to justify their desire for space. The happiest introverts know that recharging isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. They identify their personal recharge rituals, which could include reading, nature walks, creative projects, meditation, or simply sitting in silence. They don't leave quiet time to chance. Instead, they schedule it as non-negotiable. Even 15 minutes of uninterrupted solitude can make a significant difference. Successful introverts communicate their needs to others. They're honest about their nature, explaining that they sometimes need quiet time to process their day. They learn to politely decline invitations when necessary. By understanding and embracing their introverted nature, these individuals find balance and fulfillment in their lives. Introverts often feel pressured to accept invitations, even when they're exhausted. This isn't selfish, it's self-care. A genuine "I'd love to, but I need some downtime" is better than attending an event out of obligation and feeling miserable. Many introverts apologize for their quiet nature, feeling misunderstood in a noisy world. They might say things like, "Sorry, I'm not very talkative," or "I hope this isn't too awkward." These apologies stem from societal expectations and the belief that introversion is a flaw. Constant apologies can be harmful. They reinforce the idea that there's something wrong with being introverted. This erodes self-confidence and gives power to those who misunderstand introverted communication. The happiest introverts embrace a quiet confidence. They see their nature as a unique strength, not a weakness. When the urge to apologize arises, they reframe it. Instead of "sorry, I'm quiet," they think, "I'm listening and processing my thoughts." These introverts own their value. They remind themselves of their strengths, being excellent observers, deep thinkers, or making others feel truly heard. They focus on genuine connections rather than trying to perform for others. Introverts should remember that their way of being in the world isn't something to be ashamed of. It's a valuable perspective that enriches our diverse society. By embracing their true nature, introverts can live more authentically and confidently. Introverts often feel pressured to act lively in social settings, but true connections come from being authentic, even if that means being quieter. Society tends to praise extroverted traits like boldness and constant social engagement. This can make introverts feel like they fall short. They might question themselves after every interaction. Did I speak up enough in that meeting? Do they think I'm distant? Is there something wrong with being this way? Comparing yourself to others is a losing game. You're measuring your complex inner world against someone else's outer performance. It's an impossible standard that robs you of joy. It makes you doubt your own strengths. The happiest introverts learn to shift their focus from comparison to self-appreciation. They understand that introversion isn't a flaw. It's simply a different way their brain processes information. Learning about the science behind introversion helps them see it's not a personal shortcoming. They celebrate their unique strengths instead of comparing themselves to others. They focus on what they bring to the world. Are they good listeners? Careful problem solvers? Loyal friends? These introverts make lists of their strengths and actively remind themselves of them. They think back to times when their introverted qualities led to positive outcomes. Maybe their ability to focus helped them excel at a work project. By appreciating their own qualities, they build confidence and contentment. Introverts often find social interactions challenging, especially after the event. The initial excitement fades, replaced by an endless inner dialogue. They replay every word and interaction, scrutinizing each moment. Did my joke fall flat? I can't believe I stumbled over my words. Was my silence uncomfortable for others? This overthinking is common, stemming from self-consciousness and the introverted tendency to process information deeply. It's problematic for two reasons. First, it's mentally draining and can rob joy from pleasant interactions. Second, the analysis is often flawed. We become our harshest critics, fixating on perceived mistakes while ignoring positive aspects. This creates a distorted reality, fueling social anxiety. The happiest introverts combat overthinking through compassion and mindfulness. They quiet their inner critic using several strategies. They normalize awkwardness, understanding that everyone experiences it. These introverts permit themselves to laugh off minor slip-ups. They recognize these moments don't define their social abilities. They remind themselves that others aren't as focused on them as they fear. Most people are more concerned with their own actions and words. Any missteps introverts might agonize over likely go unnoticed by others. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in their approach. By focusing on the present moment, whether it's physical sensations or surrounding sounds, they can break the cycle of overthinking. Introverts have a unique way of staying present. They focus on their senses, feeling the ground beneath their feet. This helps them avoid getting lost in past replays or future worries. Breathing techniques are crucial for them. Taking deep, conscious breaths promotes relaxation and eases anxiety. Self-compassion is another key strategy. They replace critical inner dialogue with kindness and understanding. They remind themselves that they did their best or that feeling nervous is normal. Introverts are often unsung heroes in our world. Their thoughtful perspectives bring balance to the noise and activity around us. They have a gift for deep connections and building genuine relationships. Their ability to focus leads to creative ideas and meaningful work. When introverts learn to value themselves and navigate the world on their terms, they truly flourish. Introversion isn't a flaw to fix, but a beautiful way of being. The happiest introverts recognize this and work with their natural tendencies, not against them. By avoiding common pitfalls and nurturing their strengths, introverts tap into their full potential. This allows them to live rich, fulfilling, and joyful lives. Introverts have so much to offer the world when they embrace their unique qualities.